This weekend, while Max was away, I embarked on a mission to, I guess, just learn a little bit more about myself in a weekend filled with a little bit more solitude than usual. So what is to come is a good dose of like introspection mixed with hangs with friends and just life in New York City. My name's Mackenzie. This is my channel, Think Too Much. Thanks for watching. Something feels weirdly intimate about filming from bed, but I've been missing vlogging, so that's what we're gonna do today. Max is gone this weekend. He's gone for his bachelor trip. So it's just me. And I don't really know what I'm gonna get up to. I didn't really make a point to pre-plan a lot. Max and I spend so much time together, so I'm just not given that many opportunities to be solitary. And I think sometimes that can feel daunting. It also makes me feel like the fact that it's daunting, I'm like, I gotta do it then. I wanna see what's under that. And I don't know, it's like an interesting kind of experiment of like, I wonder if I'm gonna have any difficult thoughts and feelings that arise at this time. I think that something I came to appreciate at the beginning of my like mid to late 20s was the fact that like being in a relationship and living with your partner, so much of it is made up of you're just having to consider another person all the time in everything that you do. And I'm not saying that is a bad thing. It's definitely not a bad thing. I think something about the 40-hour work week and like the idea of a career just makes you more aware of like what is your own personal time and how you're spending it. And I think it starts to feel a little bit more finite. So yeah, I think being in a relationship is you are considering another person a lot, which kind of manifests in the small ways. And like, you know, it means that like on a weekend like this, on like a rare weekend where Max is away, I kind of have the opportunity to like explore what it's like to just be with myself. So I'm hesitant to try to like make a lot of plans in order to like avoid just hanging out with myself, because that feels like a valuable thing to do, and it feels like something I should take advantage of when I have the opportunity to do so. Smells like Max. It's nice. I ran out of creamer the other day, so I have to go get some before I start editing, which is annoying. Oof, it's too early for words. The final look. Target acquired. I just finished lunch. It's like 3 o'clock. My mouth is on fire right now. And I guess speaking of things that I'm doing way later than I should, I'm doing skincare for the day because I think I need to go for a walk. I technically went on a walk earlier today to get my creamer, but I feel like I need to go back outside. It's time. My mouth hurts so bad. Every time I like wash my face, I feel like I'm hunching. That seems bad for my back. Like I feel like my chiropractor would be upset. Does everyone experience that, or is our sink just really low? Hello again. I was just fucking around on my phone for the last 20 minutes. Also kind of like sitting here, I'm realizing like the FOMO is so real. Like I feel like I know that like deep down I want to have like a chill night, you know? I like did things during the week, whatever. I also just, it's like kind of nice to have like the evening alone, like an evening alone where I don't need to wake up and go to work in the morning. I know that that's what I want to do, and yet like I feel like the FOMO is real, like, because Max is off, like, doing exciting, fun things and, like, being crazy in Vegas. And I'm just like here, and I'm like, "Ugh, should I do something? Is this lame? Or like, am I gonna be sad that like he's doing these cool things with all his friends and I'm just like here alone?" And I feel like the answer is probably like a little bit yes. But yeah, the FOMO is a thing. I feel like that was something I noticed, I think, with the drinking here too. It wasn't like, not like drinking per se, but kind of the activity of like going to a bar or whatever. I feel like I noticed during my kind of dry January that the FOMO was kind of like, well, I guess one of the compulsions, that it was like, oh, rather than deal with kind of this, like, oh, should I be doing something cool and interesting? Like, you know, like the culture and like the fun thing to do would be to like go to a bar. Should I do that? Like, am I going to have a less than ideal night if I don't? As if every night going out to a bar is ideal. I think it's good. Like I said, I think this is a good opportunity to like observe the thoughts and feelings that come up. And like, you know, one of those thoughts, I guess, is kind of FOMO, and some of the feelings that happen around that are like fear and anxiety, or it's really anxiety. That's the funny thing. It's not like, oh, I'm sad. It's like, oh, am I going to be sad? So that's, but yeah, then just kind of trying to figure out. I feel like Friday nights are funky. I get off work at like 6. And Max usually gets off kind of earlier in the day. And I imagine he experiences this too, actually. But it's like you get done and you're like, oh, finally, we made it. It's like, now what? Okay, I decided to have a TV dinner because I am weak and I need to drown out the solitude. So that was my Friday. You got a pretty thorough look at it, I think. I had a pretty good day. It was like, you know, not without its negative thoughts and feelings ever, but overall it was like pretty nice. I was enjoying just like doing whatever it was I wanted to do next. Like, I think that's a good way to put it. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think these yawns are a sign I need to turn off the camera now and start reading my book. Like 11 a.m. I spent the morning, or a majority of my morning, scrolling the internet and like reading a couple of articles online on my iPad. I think I'm gonna continue doing that. I feel like weekends are so tricky for me because I feel like constant push-pull of like, okay, rush to like get things done or to like accomplish all the fun things. But then also like, don't rush and like take your time, because that's what's nice about the weekend and that's what's like different, you know, between the weekend and the workday. So that's where I'm at right now. For now, I want to continue reading my articles, continue opining about the state of the world and the people living in it. And otherwise, there's not too much to do today. I think my one quest is to buy some hand soap, some new hand soap for the bathroom. I want to buy like nice hand soap that smells good. There's this candle company that I really like, and they sell hand soap, and I would love to figure out where in New York City they sell hand soap. I probably won't be successful though. Also, $30 for hand soap is ridiculous. But maybe that's just like how we cope, you know? In our current culture. Buy the $30 hand soap. Fuck it. Nothing else makes sense anyway. Hello again. It's been a couple hours. It's time to go out into the world, even though I think there's like a flood warning right now. So that's pretty annoying. I did some groceries. I did some research on like where to find nice hand soap near me. It turns out that's very hard to do. You can't just like put soap into the Google Maps search thing and then just have stores with soap pop up. So I don't love that. Anyway, so now it's time to get dressed. And luckily I have galoshes for the occasion. Picked out my outfit. I think it's cute. I've been doing this thing with beanies lately because I have such long hair that like if I try to wear it down in a beanie, my hair will get so messy underneath. But what I've been doing is like putting it in a ponytail that's like close to the top of my head and then just like pretending I have a little bob. I think it's cute, and I like how it goes with the green. So yes, I'll give you the tis I in all my rain-ready glory. I am very wet. I did get a smoothie bowl from the makers of the best acai bowls in the world, I'm pretty sure. These are delicious. And I'm looking forward to that. And you know what else? I forgot the fucking hand soap. So I will have to brave the elements again today. Sometimes when I'm anxious, I like to... I'm laughing. I was looking at my image in the viewfinder. My eyes looked crazy. But I was saying, sometimes when I'm anxious, I like to lay down on the bed and look up at the ceiling and just let my mind kind of run. It reminds me of being a kid. I think this is a meme somewhere. It totally is. And for me, it was as a kid, because when I was a kid, there wasn't smartphone technology, but nowadays, probably not the case for kids. Certainly not as much. But just after showering, or even before showering, if I was putting off showering or whatever, just like laying on the bed and staring at the ceiling. And it's funny to like reconnect with that in like adulthood, because I only started doing this in the last year, I think. And it was just like a funny thing to come back to, and to even realize that I left behind in the first place. I was like, oh my god, that's right. Because I didn't have a smartphone. So I didn't have kind of other methods of escaping or like being bored. So like this is what I would do. It's funny. Just goes to show that like, you know, even in a pre-smartphone world, people find ways to waste time. And I would argue it's not actually wasting it, but sometimes I think we get a little too caught up in like how much of our time is wasted by social media and stuff, and we just kind of forget that like to a certain extent, boredom was always going to exist, and we were going to cope with it in some shape or form, whether that be staring at a wall or staring at a smartphone. I guess the upside of staring at the wall is it's just not very stimulating, so it's probably a little bit easier to stop doing it, depending on how much you want to put off the thing you're putting off. Is it hailing? It's fucked up. Ugh. Thanks for listening to me rant. Okay, the sun finally came out. I think that's an overgenerous statement actually, but it finally stopped raining. So I'm gonna go back outside to run my second set of errands. Partially because I need to get the stuff, and also because I need to leave this apartment. I've been here for too long. This is where like the work from home thing begins to fuck with you, or at least with me. That it's like, if I try to have like a chill weekend, I'm gonna be like, get me the fuck out of here. So I'm gonna do that, because I think I'm going a little stir crazy. Finally got the soap. Okay, I'm about to cook myself dinner, but I wanted to do like a quick fit check first for our little pajama party tonight. Hi friends. It's like almost 5 right now. I have not checked in all day, but had a good day. We had a late start because last night we were up until 4 a.m. just like playing cards and hanging out. It was a lot of fun, but like a way later night than I think anyone anticipated. Yeah, and then this morning I just pretty much had to get out the door to go to my yoga class, which I went to with a friend, which was really fun. The yoga instructor was like cracking jokes throughout. It was like a very casual session. I've like never had a yoga class like that before. It was pretty fun. And like kind of appropriate because I think we were all like a little bit hungover. I don't know, I shouldn't say like everyone in the class. It was a pretty packed class, but I think that was like the vibe. I feel like the class was very much structured around, I know you guys are hungover. Let's like crack jokes and like stretch and like do a little bit of workout. So that was really fun. And then we got brunch afterward and like walked around. It's like beautiful to look at the outside of New York City today, but it's really fucking cold. Like it's very frigid out. So we were walking around after brunch and I think the cold legitimately like settled into my bones. I was like shivering by the time I got home. But it was nice to kind of soak up the vitamin D because it was like definitely a lot sunnier today than yesterday, which was just like all rain. Yeah, Max doesn't get home until like first thing tomorrow morning. So I've got another night alone. Right now I'm just gonna watch some YouTube videos. It's a good day. I'm glad I kind of situated the second half of my weekend to be the more friend-filled part. I think I was going a little bit crazy by midday yesterday. Having been alone for like the couple days before that, it did bring up some kind of like thoughts and feelings around loneliness, and I did kind of want to see what those looked like and what was going on under the hood there. And like, I don't know, I don't think any like critical breakthroughs occurred this weekend, but I don't know, I think it's good to just like feel the feelings sometimes. Yeah. I think that's how I'm gonna round out my little solo weekend in New York. You've seen a good majority of my weekend. I guess now's a good time to ask that you consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it, and thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one.